What's up, everybody? It's the Phonetron! I'm here to make another video and show you why if you are streaming to Twitch with a Mac, do not buy this, but instead buy this. Here we go. How's it going, everybody? Alright, so like a lot of you decided to pick up streaming on Twitch, and maybe you're like me and you decided to stream on a Mac. And I know what you're thinking already. You use a Mac? PC so much better. Cool for you. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you and your PC. I'm glad you built it together. I'm glad you're in a relationship with your PC. I'm happy for you too. I use a Mac. Deal with it. Other people use Macs too. And you're probably wondering what capture card I should get for my Mac. And I know a popular one that keeps coming up. I thought it was the right one to get. You look on Amazon, you look on their website, it says it's supported for Mac, is this guy, the Elgato HD60S, right here. So you pick one of these bad boys up and you're starting to use it. It looks like it's working okay. Cool, there's some hiccups to get it set up. I'll go over that in a minute. But then you start to notice something weird. After a little while, you'll start getting audio sync issues. And there's tons of blogs about it. There's tons of reports about it. No one's got an answer for that, and I'll tell you why. There is no fix for it. There just isn't one. Do not get the HD60S if you have a Mac. Instead, you're going to buy this bad boy, the HD60S Plus. And I know what you're thinking. Jimmy, you're holding up the same thing. Well, it looks that way, but no. They're like exactly the same in almost every way, except for this one has a plus sign on it. What does that mean? What that means is the HD60S didn't have this hardware chip inside of it that the HD60S Plus does, and the HD60S Plus is natively supported plug and play with Mac and PC. And what that means is when you plug this in, your computer thinks it's a webcam and it just works right off the bat. No drivers, no extra software installations, it just works. So the HD60S works on PC just fine. You download the driver for it, boom, you're in action. But for Mac, it doesn't work natively. It doesn't work even when you download the drivers or the software installation for it. There's a big workaround for it. We're going to go into that right now and I'll explain it more in detail. Here we go.
Okay, here we go. So we're on your desktop here, and then we've got the HD60S plugged in. So we're going to open up OBS. We're going to create a new scene. Let's call it like mainstream or something. And then we go to the next section and we want to add our video capture device like you normally would, right? So let's go to video capture device. Cool. And then we're going to call it HD60S. Perfect. Okay, and then we're going to select our HD60S. Oh wait, it's not in the list. Alright, so I found I got to download a couple of things before you could get the HD60S to work with your Mac. So you need OBS Link for Mac and Video Capture for Mac. So you got to download these, install them, restart your computer. Now you can open up OBS. Instead of Video Capture Device, we're going to add NDI Source. So NDI Source is like a software solution. So instead of going directly from the capture card to the computer, it goes from the capture card to the OBS Link software. Then the OBS software transcribes that to the computer. So it's an extra software buffer, and that's why there's all these options here for like hardware encoding or like latency mode. So we're going to click OK after we've added all this. And then this comes up, OBS Link. And then let's make it to the full size of our canvas here. And then you see it takes a second. It's like, and then there we go. So now we got my PS4. Great, right? But check this out. So I'm pressing on my controller right now and the lag is real. So there's some straight up lag going on because of that software layer that is in between the hardware and my computer. So this is the HD60S Plus as a comparison. So we could go to Video Capture Device. Let's call it HD60S Plus. And then check this out. It's right there in the list. If you click on that, and it's like, yeah, do you have permission to use that as a webcam? Sure. And then you select your size or whatever you want to do. Because I'm going straight from hardware to my computer as if it's a webcam, the input lag is like almost not there. So it's so much quicker from what I press on my remote, I could run it right off of this if I wanted to. Okay, so here's a diagram that I kind of crudely drew up of kind of why this is super inefficient for your stream. So you've got your console on the far left, and then your console's plugged into the Elgato via HDMI, and then it plugs into your computer with a USB cable. And then you've also got an HDMI cable going out to your like external display for super awesomeness. And so I've got the OBS link here. So because the Elgato doesn't communicate directly to the computer, it communicates through OBS Link to the computer, and then the computer back to OBS Link, and then from OBS Link it goes to OBS Studio, then to Twitch. So there's a huge bottleneck right there, because it has to take, it like eliminates all of the hardware acceleration and hardware advantage of having an external capture card, and it's processing it all through software, which is super inefficient. And then even with a really powerful computer like the one that I have, it starts to have issues. Like after a little while, the audio goes out of sync. You have weird issues. And here's an example of it. Now you're gonna die. You're gonna die.
And do you have any idea how disappointing that is? I was streaming for 9 hours trying to platinum Dark Souls 2, and then you go back to rewatch the footage and you're stoked about it, and then you see that there's an audio delay that savage, and you don't know how long it's going for. So the audio delay would happen anywhere between an hour into the stream or a few hours into the stream, and the severity was different. So streaming as hard as it is already, so just imagine that adding that extra layer of, oh my god, is the audio out of sync? Pretty brutal.
And the HD60S Plus does all of the capturing. It captures all the video, all of the audio, and then it sends that data through the USB cable to your computer directly as like an automatically supported device. Just plug and play. And then from there, you go straight to OBS and then straight to Twitch. And it's just so much more efficient, and you don't have those weird audio hiccups or weird audio sync issues. It was just that simple. I troubleshooted with Elgato for weeks on the HD60S trying to get it to work, and they were doing everything but admitting that, hey, it's not as efficient when we do it through the OBS Link software. There's going to be some latency. It's going to happen no matter what device you use it on. And that's just the issue. It's something you cannot fix unless they fix that OBS Link software, which it doesn't sound like they're going to do anytime soon. So if you're using a Mac, just do yourself a favor, get the HD60S Plus.
All right, I hope this has been helpful. I'm serious. I tried everything with Elgato. I troubleshooted with them. They were like kind of giving me like, you know, they were legit troubleshooting steps for a lot of people. Like a lot of people need to make sure that their software's up to date, blah, 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 blah. I tried everything. So the adapter I was using to plug into my Mac, because my Mac only has Thunderbolt 3 ports, I ditched that and I got a straight USB-C high-speed cable. Still didn't fix the issue. I changed a ton of my settings in OBS. I tried different streaming software. None of it worked. The issue is just the software limitations of OBS Link. If you're using a Mac, you have to get an HD60S Plus or one that you can research that you know will be plug and play with Mac. So I hope this helps you all out. If you're streaming on Mac, listen to my mistakes and you'll be better off. All right, well, hope you found this helpful. I'm out of here. You guys have a good one. Peace.